Good Margaret, run into the parlor. Thou shalt find my cousin Beatrice proposing with the Prince and Claudio. Whisper her ear and tell her, I and Ursula walk in orchard, and our whole discourse is all of her. Say that thou overheardst us, and bid her steal into the pleached bower, where honeysuckles, ripened by the sun, forbid the sun to enter, like favorites made proud by princes, that advance their pride against the power that bred it. There will she hide her to listen our purpose. This is thy office. Bear thee well in it, and leave us alone.
I'll make her come. I warrant you, presently.
Now, Ursula, when Beatrice doth come, as we retrace this alley up and down, our talk must be of holy Benedict. But when I do name him, let it be thy part to praise him more than ever man did merit. My talk to thee must be how Benedict is sick in love with Beatrice. Of this matter is little Cupid's crafty arrow made, that only wounds by hearsay. Now begin, for look where Beatrice, like a lapwing, runs close by the ground to hear our conference.
The pleasantest angling is to see the fish cut with her golden oars the silver stream, and greedily devour the treacherous bait. So angle we for Beatrice, who even now is couched in the woodbine coverture. Fear you not my part of the dialogue.
Then let us go near her, that her ear lose nothing of the false sweet bait we lay for it. No, truly, Ursula, she is too deceitful. I know her spirits are as coy and wild as haggards on the rock.
Are you sure that Benedict loves Beatrice so entirely?
So says the prince and my new trothed lord.
And did they bid you tell her of it, madam?
They did entreat me to acquaint her of it, but I persuaded them, if they love Benedict, to wish him wrestle with affection, and never let Beatrice know of it.
Why did you so? Doth not the gentleman deserve as full a fortune a bed as ever Beatrice shall couch upon?
Oh, God of love, I know he doth deserve as much may be yielded to a man, but nature never framed a woman's heart of prouder stuff than that of Beatrice. Disdain and scorn ride sparkling in her eyes, misprizing what they look upon, and her wit values itself so highly that to her all matter else seems weak. She cannot love, nor take nor shape, nor project of affection. She is so self-endeared.
Sure, I think so, and therefore certainly it were not good she knew his love, lest she make sport at it.
Why, you speak truth. I never yet saw a man, how wise, young, noble, how rarely featured, but she would spell him backward. If fair-faced, she should swear the gentleman should be her sister. If black, why, nature drawing of antique, made a foul blot. If tall, a lance, ill-headed. If low, an agate, very vilely cut. If speaking, why, a vane, blown with all winds. If silent, a black mood with none. So turns she every man the wrong side out, and never gives to what truth and virtue that which merit and simpleness purchaseth.
Sure, such carping is not commendable.
No, not to be so odd from all fashions as Beatrice is, cannot be commendable. But who dare tell her so? If I should speak, she would mock me into air. Oh, she would laugh me out of myself, press me to death with wit. Therefore let Benedict, like covered fire, consume away in sighs, waste inwardly. 'Tis a better death than die with mocks, which is almost as bad as die with tickling.
Yet tell her of it, hear what she will say.
No, rather I will go to Benedict, and truly I'll devise some honest slanders to stain my cousin with. One doth not know how much an ill word may poison liking.
Oh, do not do your cousin such a wrong. She cannot be so much without true judgment.
No, he's an excellent man, the only man of Italy, always excepting my dear Claudio.
I pray you, be not angry with me, madam. Speaking my fancies, Senior Benedict, for shape, forbearing, argument, and valor, goes foremost in report through Italy.
Indeed, he hath an excellent good name.
His excellence did earn it, ere he had it. When are you married, madam?
Why, every day, tomorrow. Come, let us go in. I'll show thee some attires and have thy counsel on which is best to furnish me tomorrow.
She's limed, I warrant you. You have caught her, madam.
If it proves so, then loving goes by halves. Some keep kills with arrows, some with traps.
What fire is in my ears? Can this be true? Stand I condemned for pride and scorn so much? Contempt farewell, and maiden pride adieu. No glory lives behind the beck of such. And Benedict, love on. I requite thee, taming thy wild heart to thy loving hand. Thou dost love, my kinder sounds slight thee, to bind our loves up in a holy band. For others say thou dost deserve, and I believe it better than reportingly.
I do but stay to your man to be consummate, then go I toward Aragon.
I will bring you thither, my lord, if you'll vouchsafe me.
Nay, that would be as great a soil in the glass of your marriage as to show a child a coat and forbid him to wear it. I will only be bold with Benedict for his company. For from the crown of his head to the sole's foot, he is all mirth. He hath twice or thrice cut Cupid's bowstring, little hangman dare not shoot at him. For his heart is sound as a bell, and his tongue the clapper. For what his heart thinks, his tongue definitely speaks.
I hope he be in love.
Oh, gallant, I'm not as I I've been.
So I think Meade thinks you are sad.
And say I, he is in love.
Hang him, Trent. There's no true drop of blood in him to be truly touched with love. If he be sad, he wants money.
I have the toothache.
Hang it.
Draw it.
You must hang it first and draw it afterwards.
What, sigh for the toothache?
Where is the humor? Or
Oh, anyone can master a Greek, but he that hasn't.
And say I, he is in love.
The greatest note of it is his melancholy.
And when was he wont to wash his face?
Yea, or to paint himself, for the which I hear what they will say.
Nay, but his jesting spirit, which is now crept into a lute string and now governed by stops.
Indeed, that tells a heavy tale for him. Conclude, he is in love.
Nay, but I know who loves him.
That will I know too. I warrant one that knows him not.
Yes, and his ill conditions. And despite of all, dies for him.
She shall be buried with her face upwards.
This is no charm for the toothache. Come, old senor, I have studied 8 or 9 wise words to speak with you, that these hobby horses must not hear.
For my life to break with him about Beatrice.
'Tis even so. Hera and Margaret of Bidas played their parts with Beatrice, and then the two pairs will not fight one another when they meet.
My lord and brother, God save you.
Good den, good den.
If your leisure served, I would speak with you.
In private?
If it please you, yet Count Claudio may hear, for what I would speak of concerns him.
What's the matter?
Means your lordship to be married tomorrow.
You know he does.
I do not doubt when you know what I know.
If there be any impediment, I pray you discover it.
You may think I love you not. Let that appear hereafter, and name but at me, which I now shall manifest. For my brother, I think will hold you well, and in dearness of heart, hath hope to infect your ensuing marriage. Surely sue ill spent, and labor ill bestowed.
Why, what's the matter?
I came hither to tell you, and circumstances short, for she's been too long in talking of. The lady is disloyal.
Who? Hero?
Even she. Leonardo's hero, your hero, every man's hero.
Disloyal?
The word is too good to paint out her wickedness. I can think of her of a worse name, and I shall fit her to it. Wonder not till further warrant. Till you go with me tonight. See your chamber window entered. If you love her then, tomorrow wed her. But it would better fit your honor to change your mind.
May this be so.
I will not think it.
If you dare not trust that you see, confess not that you know. I shall show you enough, and when you have seen more and heard more, proceed accordingly.
If I see anything tonight where I should not marry her tomorrow, in the congregation where I should be wed, there I will shame her.
And as I wooed for thee to obtain her, I will join with thee to disgrace her.
I will disparage her no further till you are my witness. Bear coldly till midnight, and you shall see the issue show itself.
O day and towardly turned.
Oh, mischief strangely thwarting.
O plague, right well prevented, shall you shall say when you've seen the sequel.
Are you men good and true?
Your arrow is pity. They should suffer salvation, body and soul.
Nay, that word approached me too good for them. They should have any allegiance in them being chosen for the prince's watch.
We'll give them in charges, neighbor Dogberry.
First, who think you be the most desertless man to be constable?
Who ought to get Sir George Sequel for we can write him?
Come hither, neighbor Seacole. God hath blessed you with a good name. To be a well-favored man is the gift of fortune, but to read and write comes by nature.
Both which masters include stable.
You have! Yes, I knew it would be your head, sir. Well, for your favor, sir, why, give God thanks and make no boast of it. And for your writing and reading, let that appear when there is no need of such vanity.
Masters, you are thought here to be the most senseless and fit man for a constable to watch. Therefore, bear you this lantern that doesn't work because there's no oil in it. This is your charge. You shall comprehend all Thagger men, so bid any man stand in the prince's name.
How if he will not stand?
Why then, make no note of him, and let him go, and presently call the rest of the watch together, and thank God you're rid of a knave.
If he will not stand when he is bidden, he is none of the prince's subjects.
True, and they're to meddle with none but the prince's subjects. You shall also make no noise in the streets, for the watch to babble and talk is most tolerable, and not to be endured.
We would rather sleep than talk. We know we belong to the watch.
Why, you speak like an ancient and most quiet watchman, for I cannot see how sleeping should offend. Only have a care that your bills be not stolen. Well, you are to call all the saloons and bid those who are drunk get them to bed.
How if they'll not?
Why then, let them alone until they're sober. If they make enough better answer, you may say that they are not the men you took them for.
Well, sir.
If you meet a thief, you may suspect him by virtue of your office. To be no true man, the less you meddle make with them, why the more is for your honesty.
If we know him to be a thief, shall we not lay hands on him?
Truly by your office you may, but I think they that touch pitch will be defiled. The most peaceable way for you, if you do meet a thief, is to let him show what he is and steal out of your company.
You've always been called a merciful man, partner.
Truly I will not hang a dog by my will, much more a man who hath any honesty in him.
If you hear a child crying in the night, you just call a nurse and bid her still up.
How if they'll not stand?
Why then, let the child wake her with crying, for the ewe that will not hear the lamb when it bays will never hear the calf when he bleats.
It's very true.
This is the end of the charge. You, constable, to present the prince's own person. If you meet the prince in the night, you may stay him.
No, I don't think you can.
5 shillings to 1 out. With any man that knows the statutes, he may stay him. Well, marry not without the prince be willing, for the watch ought to offend no man. It is an offense to stay a man against his will.
Barley, I think the shells doesn't work.
Well, masters, good night. And there be any matter of void chances, call at me. Keep your fellows' counsels, and your own, and good night. Come here.
Well, masters, we hear a church. Let us come sit here upon the church bench till 2, then on to bed.
One word more, neighbors. I pray you watch the near laying out the store tonight. For the wedding be there tomorrow. There's a great coil tonight. Adieu, be vigilant, I beseech you.
What, Conrad? Conrad, I say.
Here, man, I'm at thy elbow.
Mass, my elbow itched. I thought there would a scab follow.
I will owe thee an answer for that. Now forward with thy tale.
Stand thee close then, in this penthouse for drizzle free, and I will, like a true drunkard, utter all to thee.
Some treason, masters, yet stand close.
I think I told you. Oh no. Therefore, know I have earned of Don John 1,000 ducats.
Could any villainy be so dear?
Thou shouldst rather ask if for impossible any villainy should be so rich. For when rich villains have need of poor ones make what price they will.
I wonder at it.
That shows that thou art unconfirmed. Thou knowest that the fashion of a cloak or hat or a doublet is nothing to a man.
Yes, it is apparel.
I mean, the fashion.
Yes, the fashion is the fashion.
Tush! I may as well say the fool's the fool. Seest thou not what a deformed thief this fashion is?
I know that deformity has been a vile 57 years.
Didst thou not hear somebody?
No, 'twas the vandal in the house.
Seest thou not, I say, what a deformed thief this fashion is? How giddily it turns about all the hot bloods between 14 and 5 and 30, sometimes fashioning like Pharaoh soldiers in the Riki painting, sometime like Godwell's priests in the old worm-eaten tapestry where his codpiece seems as massy as his club.
All this I see, and I see that the fashion wears out more apparel than the man. But art not thou thyself giddy with the fashion, seeing that thou hast shifted from telling thy tale into telling me of the fashion?
Not so neither, but know that I have tonight wooed Margaret, the Lady Harrow's gentlewoman, by the name of Harrow. She leans me out of her mistress's chamber window, bids me 1,000 times good night. I tell this tale vilely. I should first tell thee how my master Don John and the Prince of Claudio, planted and placed and possessed by my master Don John, saw afar off in the orchard this amiable encounter.
And thought they Margaret was Harrow.
2 of them did, but the devil my master knew she was Margaret.
and partly by his oaths which first possessed them, and partly by the dark night which had deceived them, but chiefly by my villainy, which did confirm any slander that Don John had made away when Claudio, enraged, swore he would meet her again as he was appointed the next morning, and there at the temple before the whole congregation, shame her with what he saw overnight, and send home again without a husband.
The charge in the prince's name stand.
Halt the right master constable. We have here recovered the most dangerous piece of luxury known in the Commonwealth.
One deformed is one of them.
Masters.
Never speak.
We are likely to prove a goodly commodity, being taken up with these one's bills. A commodity in question, I warrant you. Come, we'll obey you.
Good Ursula, wake my cousin Beatrice and desire her to rise.
I will, lady.
And bid her come hither.
Very well.
Troth, I think your other rebuttal were better.
No, pray thee, good maid, I'll wear this.
By my troth, it's not so good, and I warrant your cousin will say so.
My cousin's a fool, and thou art another. I'll wear none but this.
I left the new tire within excellently, if the hair were a thought browner. Your gown's a most rare fashion, in faith. I saw the Duchess of Milan's gown that they place there.
Oh, that exceeds, they say.
By my troth, it's but a nightgown in respect of yours. Cloth of gold and cuts, lace with silver, set with pearls, down sleeves, side sleeves, and skirts. Round underboard with the bluish tinsel. For a fine, quaint, graceful, and excellent fashion, yours is worth 10 on it.
God give me joy to wear it. My heart is exceeding heavy.
Shall be heavier soon by the weight of a man.
Fie upon thee! Art not ashamed?
Of what, lady? Speaking honorably? No. Is not marriage honorable in a beggar? Not your lord honorable without marriage? I think you would have me say, saving your reverence, a husband. In bad thinking do not rest your speaking. I'll offend nobody. Is there any harm in have you for a husband? None, I think. And it be the right husband and the right wife. Otherwise, 'tis light, not heavy. Ask my lady Beatrice else. Here she comes.
Good morrow, coz.
Good morrow, sweet Clara.
Why, how now? Just speaking the sick tune.
I am out to follow the tune, methinks.
Claps into light of love that goes without a burden. Do you sing it, and I'll dance?
Ye light of love, then, with your husband, have stables enough. You'll see ye shall lack no barns.
Oh, illegitimate construction. I scorn that with my heels.
'Tis almost 5 o'clock, cousin. 'Tis time you're ready. By my troth, I am sick.
For a hawk, a horse, or a husband.
For the letter that begins with them all, H.
Well, you be not to return. There's no more sailing by the star.
What means the fool trout?
Nothing odd, but God send everyone their heart's desire.
These gloves the Count sent me. They're of an excellent
I am
perfume.
stuffed, cousin. I cannot stand.
Made and stuffed. There's goodly catching cold.
Oh, God help me. How long have you professed apprehension?
Even since you left it, doth not my whip become you early?
It is not seen enough. You shall wear it in my cap. By my troth, I am exceedingly ill.
Get you some of this distilled Cartus Benedictus, and lay it to your heart. 'Tis the only thing for a qualm.
There thou prickest her with a thistle.
Benedictus? Why, Benedictus? Do you have some moral in this Benedictus?
Moral? No, by my troth, I have no moral meaning. You may think, perchance, that I think you are in love. Nay, byre lady. I am not such a fool to think that I list, nor I list not to think what I can, nor indeed I cannot think. If I would think my heart enough thinking that you are in love, or that you will be in love, or that you can be in love. Yet Benedict was such another, and yet now he has become a man. He swore he would never marry, and yet now, despite of his heart, he eats his meat without grudging. Now you may be converted, I know not. Methinks you look with your eyes as other women do.
What pace is this that thy tongue keeps?
Not a false gallop.
Madam, withdraw. The Prince, the Count, Senior Benedict, Don John, and all the gallants of the town have come to fetch you to church.
Help to dress me, good coz, good Meg, good Ursula.
What would he do with me, honest neighbors?
Marry, sir, I would have some confidence with you that discerns you nearly.
Brief, I pray you, for you see it is a busy time with me.
Too excited to speak. Too excited to speak. Yes, in truth it is, sir.
What is my good friends?
Goodman Burgess, sir, speaks a little off the matter. A wise old man, sir, and as blunt as God help I would desire he was, but in faith, as honest as the skin between his brows.
Yes, I think I am not man, as any man living. That is no man, but no honester than I.
Comparisons are odorous. How upon you prefers?
Neighbors, you're tedious.
It pleases your worship to say so, but I will find it in my heart to bestow upon you. In fact, if I was teachers as a king, I would find it in my heart to bestow it upon all of your worship.
All that tedious on me, eh?
Yeah, and 1,000 pounds more than 'tis. For I hear as good as any man must hear. And though I am a poor man, I am glad to hear it.
And so am I.
In faith, I don't know what you have to say.
Our watch tonight, expecting your worship's presence, had a couple of rant news as anyone seen it.
A good old man, sir. As I say, when the age is in, the wit is how God help us is the world to see. Well said in faith, neighbor Burgess. Well, God's a good man, and 2 men must ride a horse, 1 must ride behind. And on his soul and faith, sir, by my troth he is, as ever broke bread. Well, God is to be worshipped. All men are not alike, alas, good neighbor.
Indeed, neighbor, he comes too short of it.
It's that God gives.
I must leave you, for
Oh, sorry.
I must leave you.
One word, sir. Our watch, sir, have indeed comprehended 2 auspicious persons, and we would have them this morning examined before your worship.
Take the examinations yourself, for you see it is a busy time with me.
It shall be significance.
Drink some wine, Aaron. Very well.
My lord, they stay for you to come give you a daughter from her husband.
I'll wait upon them. I am ready.
Go, good partner. Go, get you to Francis Seacole. Bid him bring his pen and ink to the galley. We will take upon this examination on ourselves.
And we must do it wisely.
We will spare no one, I warrant you. Only bring our foreign writer that will drive some to non-com. Tell him to meet me at the jail.